Okay, quick question. Do you feel organised when it comes to your money? Or slightly stressed every time you have to open a bank statement? Because here's something I've noticed as 2025 wraps up. There's one quiet difference between people who feel on top of their finances and people who constantly feel behind. It's not how much money they make, it's how they handle their financial documents. Bank statements are one of those things everyone needs at some point. Loans, travels, visas, reviews, and taxes, but almost nobody is actually taught how to work with them properly. You've got password issues, privacy concerns, scanned PDFs you can't edit, and suddenly something simple turns into a headache. So today I want to show you how smart users handle bank statement PDFs in 2025, and why knowing a few simple tools can save you time, protect your data, and make reviewing your finances way less annoying. And yes, I'll also show you how PDFelement on Windows quietly became one of those tools people didn't realise they needed, especially for password protected SBI bank statements. Alright, let's get into it. Let's start with something simple. Bank statements aren't going anywhere. Even in 2025, people still need them for very practical reasons, like visa applications, travel paperwork, loan approvals, credit checks, and year-end financial reviews. And despite all the apps and dashboards available today, PDFs are still the standard, not because they're exciting, but because they are reliable. They keep their formatting intact, they're easy to store and share, and they're much safer than sending screenshots or editable spreadsheets. The problem is that a bank statement PDF is only helpful if you actually know how to open it, protect your information, and work with the data that's inside. That's where a lot of people run into trouble. If you've ever downloaded an SBI bank statement, this will probably sound familiar. You open the file and you're asked for a password. Without any clear guidance on what that password is supposed to be, at that point many people start searching for random online tools or assume the file is just broken. In reality, there's usually a straightforward way to open it. One simple approach is to open the statement using PDFelement on Windows and drag the PDF directly into the app. You'll be prompted to enter the password, which in most cases follows SBI's standard format, often based on your date of birth or account details. Once you enter it, the file opens normally and you can view and work with the statement just like any other document. There's no need for workarounds or risky online converters. Now let's talk about something people don't think about enough. When you submit bank statements for a visa or international travel, you're often sharing far more information than necessary, including account numbers, addresses, balances, and full transaction histories. That's where smarter document handling makes a real difference. Instead of manually covering details or sending cropped screenshots, many people now use redaction tools that automatically identify and remove all the sensitive information. With just a few clicks, things like account numbers, addresses, and personal identifiers can be removed from the document entirely. This matters because the information isn't just hidden visually, it's actually removed from the file. The result is a clean, professional bank statement that still meets requirements without exposing unnecessary personal data. As the year comes to an end, a lot of people start reviewing where their money actually went. Bank statements can help with that, but only if you can work with the content. Many statements are scanned or image-based, which means you can't search, select, or analyze the data easily. That's where OCR becomes really useful. With OCR, scanned bank statements can be converted into searchable text. From there, you can select specific transactions, extract the data you need, and export it into Excel. Once the data is in Excel, it becomes much easier to sort, filter, and analyze. Budgeting, expense tracking, and year-end reviews become far more manageable. One advantage people often overlook is that once the data is converted, you're no longer limited by your bank's layout. You can reorganize the information in a way that actually makes sense to you. Working with bank statements doesn't stop at viewing them. In 2025, more people are moving away from screenshots, scattered folders, and unsafe file sharing. Instead, they're editing documents when needed, encrypting PDFs before sharing them, and combining multiple statements into organized files. Everything stays controlled, organized, and secure. Here's the main takeaway. Handling bank statements confidently isn't about being good with money. It's about knowing how to work with your documents properly. The people who do this well tend to protect their privacy, save time on paperwork, and get clearer insights into all their finances. Bank statement PDFs don't have to be frustrating or risky. When you know how to use them properly, they're secure, flexible, and far more useful than people realise. If you found this one helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and check out PDFelement. if you want a simpler way to handle bank PDFs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.